Welcome to the Mandula Awakening. My name is Kiana, and today we're going in for the sign of Sagittarius. This is for Sagittarius, all placements: Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, Jupiter, wherever you got Sagittarius at in your birth chart. I would highly recommend you check it out for anything that is pertaining to your ninth house placements as well, if you are not a Sag, Sun, or Rising. All right, spirits, can you please show us into Sagittarius? Let's get an overall energy. See what's going on. I am a Sagittarius, guys, so I love doing Sagittarius readings. I hate doing individuals, but I love doing Sagittarius. All right, spirit, what do we need to know? Thank you. The Eight of Hearts, codependency. So under the current energy, there's a need to really release this. This codependency stems from the way that you think. It is a thinking codependency that affects your creation, that affects the way that you create. You're an overthinker. But let's get a past, present, future at this Eight of Cups. This is the energy of walking away from something that is proving emotionally burdensome. But the one thing, which is why I use this deck, that I love about this depiction is the masculine energy is looking, I'm not sure how this is showing up on the camera, but this is my right. So when he's looking at me this way, it looks as if he's looking to the past, right? And the feminine energy in the present moment has her eyes closed. She's unaware of something. She's not seeing something. So there's a part of the feminine energy that has become codependent upon taking action and basing any decisions made off of the past. So that's something that I typically see in this particular Eight of Cups. But let's see, Sagittarius, what's going on? I'm going to pull the past, present, future from Kepler. So in the past, we have poverty. Libra pulled this exact same card. So in the past position, this speaks to a poverty mindset that has prevented you from seeing your true worth. Yeah. So in the past, I feel like that you've been the one to put in all the hard work and receive very little in return. But that is in the past, so that's wonderful. Let's get the present energy for Sagittarius. Thank you. Community. I believe that Libra got this as the outcome. A message and pathway. Ooh, I like this energy. In the present moment, if one can acknowledge and detach from the desire and the need to do all of the work. And even if you're stuck doing all the work, if you can look at it from a not so victim perspective, then I do feel like that there's some major recognition that's coming in the present moment. Meaning as soon as you're willing to switch your perspective of the work that you've been doing, the little payout that you've been receiving. Like I feel like that this is for someone that's been doing a lot of learning, a lot of exploring, a lot of taking in other people's perspective and receiving very little acknowledgement in return. Like there's no one is willing to see things from your perspective or whatever the case may be. But I feel like that in the present moment, there's an opportunity to change that. Meaning that I feel like that there is this sense of you now bringing those along with you and you no longer being hidden off in the dark, doing all the work as the Cinderella. I think this is you finally finding your sparkle and leading the way. I am feeling leading the way. I don't know why. There's definitely some type of recognition from a community that I wanted to say earlier that you may have formed. Let's see what's going on, Spirit. In the future. Show me the future position. And then we'll dig in and see what's going on. Thank you, Spirit. The future position is there is a massive change. I'm telling you, like, you're no longer going to be this putting in all the work and receiving nothing in return. There's a need to walk away from the mindset of that, the victim mentality of that. Under this current energy, Sagittarius, no matter where your placement is, I am telling you that there is this shifting that is going on for you. But in order for you to receive the full ramifications of this shift, you must shift your perspective. You must get in the energy of joy. You must get in the frequency of receiving. You must open yourself up because there is a change coming in. Your abundance is, it's time. It's time for your abundance. It's been held back for too long. It's been held back for far too long. It's time to unleash your abundance. All right, Sag, let's see. I'm gonna use Soulful Resolution. She's on YouTube. I love her. I love her. I like her energy. I like her spunk. I had my first tarot cards when I was 16 in foster care. I snuck them, being the weird kid. And you know, after life got hard, I put them aside and never paid much attention to tarot. And then one day, in the middle of one of the toughest cycles in my life, as I was pregnant with my son, I was, you know, when you swipe on your phone over and you get that Google page or whatever, updates, she was on there. I had never searched YouTube, hadn't thought about tarot. I never searched on YouTube, hadn't thought about tarot since I was 16, to be honest with you. And that was everything I needed. That was everything I needed to remember because when I tell you I was 16, I was obsessed with tarot. Like, I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know how my life was going to turn out. But of course, I was too young and full of I'm a Sagittarius, so I was too full of water, too emotional with it. So it was hard to pull in the messages without first managing your emotions. But it was the right time when Mary Jo came around in my life. It was the right time. So, in the past, we have the Four of Cups. There's a transference of that energy. There's an ending to that energy. And those things prepared you for where you're headed. And you're going to be seeing it. You're going to be seeing it. But there is this energy of understanding that once you have for so long used that mentality of making sure that I'm protecting this because of something that happened in the past, once you finally open up to that, that's a whole sense of vulnerability. And we all like, oh yeah, vulnerability, I've mastered that. Right? Yeah, okay. But you have to think about it. It's as if you have sent your child out into the community without proper preparation, allowing a systematic viewpoint to mold our children before we have even been able to materialize our lessons and feed them into our children. Because that, in the end of the day, that is why the divine gives us the human beings that he gives us. He loans us these human beings for a certain amount of time, because there are lessons that you have endured that you are meant to push off on into them so that they can then carry the torch to the next milestone, and then so on and so on and so on. There's an heirloom, a lineage to that. And we as Americans, and just the world as as a whole, to be honest with you, has lost sight of what it is that we are no longer passing off, because we're so busy making sure that Johnny isn't cheating on me, Sarah isn't out pregnant with someone else's child, and that I don't want to be, I want my recognition now, and this isn't fair, and I don't understand why this is happening to me. And while all of that has valid points at some point in time on your journey, once you decide to step onto the divine journey, once you decide to become woke, there are real things that have to be taken into consideration. And the way that we groove and move every day matters. We don't have time to be flashy in this day. We don't have time to worry about that. We don't. We have to be worried about our legacy. There is so much of our history that we do not know, that has been killed off because we have been so busy trying to push an agenda for someone else that we've forgotten about the agenda that the divine gave us to push. And that's why we're being called to do less outside living. Not outside, get out there in nature. But let's do less dependent on things external to us. Let's go within and let's consult the God within us. There is a God within us that has more power than you ever would imagine, by even giving the power to any God or deity external to you. The one that matters is when you go within and you sit quietly. Not this thing. Not this thing. But in your heart, in your soul, what feels good, what feels, yeah, I can handle that. I can handle that. That feeling. That's the one that needs to be fed right now. That's the one that needs to be fed right now. And everything that you have went through up until this point has been creating you to be the divine person that you are needed to be the perfect color in the biggest picture, in the bigger picture. And I say this, let me break it down, because this is one of my favorite sayings. It may have been out there, but I myself, and I've been around the block, well, just of Kentucky. But there's not a part of Kentucky that I really did not experience as a child. That's sad to say, but that's true. And one thing that I have not heard before, and it was one thing that helped get me through my hard times in my life, was we all are supposed to be one unique color. And we all have a particular stroke that we make in the bigger picture. Well, life gives us the ingredients to mix together all that we're meant to be. You see, you put these little different colors. Let's just say you put white and red in a thing, and you got stirred up. How you think red feels? How you think white feels? Let's just say that they're human beings with feelings. How do you think that they feel when they're being mixed? And red is no longer red and white is no longer white. They now become pink. They now become one. Their individuality is stripped from them to make a more unique color. If you think about it and feel in that space, it's not fun. It probably would be considered painful. But the benefit of it is it allows for more detail. It allows for more individualization. Everything doesn't just have to be white and red now. Now it can be pink. And then maybe I can take this pink and add a little, now I'm over here going through this part of my life cycle. And now I'm adding, I don't know, let's say blue into here. And now with this pink and this blue, we get this beautiful violet color. It's just about how are you looking at this? It's not going to be easy, but you still have to go. You still have to be willing to say it's for a bigger picture. My cup is being mixed together. I don't know about you. I'm not really I am a Starbucks fan, but I don't put myself to need it every day, or if I go out, it's not that. But If I drink coffee, 9 times out of 10 it's Starbucks, but I can go maybe twice a year before I want coffee. Um, I like it caramel frappuccino, cappuccino. I like it. And I like extra caramel in it, inside pumps, like extra drizzle on the wall, drizzle on top. I like caramel. But it requires a particular mixing, and it takes time. So my drink is being mixed together through everything that I have endured through this right here. And I refuse to allow this to turn me bitter. One thing that I like about Mary Jo's choice of artists when it came to these cards is this young man, which is the definition of the Four Cups is apathy. But he's not sad. He doesn't look overjoyed. Then damn sure not there. But he doesn't look completely. He sees something. There's something brewing there. There's peace brewing there. That's a whole video off one tarot card. If you're still with me, you're still with me. If not, I understand. The Fool card. You're having a hard time taking a leap of faith. You're having a hard time taking a leap of faith. You're scared. But the divine is telling you that if you change your perspective on this Three of Cups, baby, what's on the other side of that leap is beautiful. It's going to bring in some sudden change, but it's going to be a sudden payoff as well. It's going to be a sudden payoff. And somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching you. Somebody is watching you. You're scared to take that leap of faith, though. Excuse me. The World card. Because there's something that has to end. There's something that you're leaving behind. What's being left behind? My door just made a funny noise. Ooh. It's definitely some unfinished excuse me, definitely some unfinished business. Definitely some unfinished business, but there's also this energy of what you're going to have to leave behind. Yeah. You're going to have to leave something behind. Okay. Ace of Cups. I just seen the Ace of Cups wanted to come out in a book. Look, that Seven of Pentacles wanted to come out anyways. There's a payoff coming for work already done. There's an eyelash right there as well. I was always told as a child to make a wish. Yeah. Manifestations are coming in. What you manifested is coming in. But you have to take a leap of faith, and that's the challenge. You're scared. This is Uranus energy that's retrograde right now. At this time, I'm recording this on September the 26th. Aries or Uranus, which is ruled by Aquarius, is retrograde at this time. And Uranus is all about change and individuality. There's something about the way that you identify that is changing, and you must first suddenly take the leap of faith and leave behind the old way of looking at something. I was just drawn into the dog in this picture because the dog does not look like it's getting ready to jump off that cliff with you. So it's something that you have considered comfort. My dog, oh my gosh, my dog slept in my car with me when I was homeless. My dog protected me when I was vulnerable. So my dog was comfort for me. and it doesn't look like this dog is about to jump off this cliff with you. So there's something that you have been loyal to for a long time that is going to be left behind. But just by leaving that behind, it produces sudden results. You're not seeing that. Yes, while it is going to require patience and adjustment, is really what I feel. It is, once it starts to give it some time. Once it gets going, it's going to start producing just like such. And this is a long-winded video, and I would apologize, but I'm really not sorry. But the Manjula Awakening is, I named it after a plant, and it requires very little to sustain it. It's self-sustainable. As long as you water it, very little, it needs very little light, or whatever the case, you know what I'm saying? But what you do have to still accept and acknowledge is it still gets to a point where it's either going to stop growing. It's going to stop growing, or it's going to start to die off if you don't repot it so that it can expand more. That's what it still requires. It still requires it to be fluid, to move through whatever life environment it's set in. You know what I'm saying? It's adjustable. I guess what's going on? Apothecary wants to talk to us, and we will. Let's go ahead and talk to the apothecary. What message did you have for me, Spirit? Thank you. Immense growth. Immense growth. And here at the bottom of the deck, we have action leads to success. Right behind that is victory. And these are the two cards that, when it fell back, these are the two cards that grabbed my attention. This one was farthest back, and this one was there. But that's that's something worth noting. Let's go ahead and put that there. And we'll see. Ooh, there's an answer. Yeah, there's a manifestation. I believe it was stated earlier that this is one's manifestation coming in. Yeah, with the Magician here at the bottom of the deck. Someone's manifestations have been heard. Someone's prayer that they put out into the universe has been heard. And you're being asked to, you were asked to endure some things as this manifestation was coming through. I do feel like that this manifestation is near. It's near. You have to take the leap of faith with the Fool card there. There is a leap of faith that is required here. That was a fancy little orange sports car. I don't know what that was. It was nice though. Ooh. Phoenix. How's that for a happily ever after? Mic drop. Don't seek anyone's approval. Slay them all. Slay any expectations that you have ever been attached to, that you have attached yourself to, that society has attached you to. It don't matter. Slay that shit. You don't identify as that no more. Phoenix, happily ever after. How's that for a happily ever after? No matter how hopeless you may be feeling at this moment, know this: you can and will survive whatever trials you've been put through. From the ashes of the past, you shall create a storybook ending, filled with beauty and resilience. All future flames will cower when they hear the whispering of your name. I'm going to leave it right there. I love you guys. I pray that these messages provided you with some guidance on my journey, on your journey. If you enjoyed my bits and pieces of my journey, we would absolutely appreciate a thumbs up down below. Help get these messages out to other people. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Help grow this channel, guys. I pray that. Leave me some feedback. Tell me what you want to know. Tell me what questions you guys have to ask and want answers to. I try to stick to spiritual growth things, and I throw romance out there every now and then because it is part of this journey, connections with people. But you put those questions on there, and I will do my best to answer those in these videos. And in all that we say and in all that we do moving forward, guys, let's choose peace, love, and light.